today our topic is tarot versus oracle. Right, welcome to Witchy Topic with RowanRavenwolf. I'm just going to throw out there, don't forget to visit my website. I do provide herbs, spell kits, handcrafted candles that I actually make. I'm actually burning one right now. I use a mixture of soy and beeswax with herbs that have been blessed in a pagan ritual. So, um, anything witchy you can think of. And I have a long line of beautiful, beautiful crystals at Triple Goddess Apothecary and Reiki. So you can also purchase classes and digital downloads. Currently, I'm only shipping products in the United States, but I do want to throw that out there. Don't forget to shop. So today's witchy topic is tarot versus oracle. So this is like a big, so some people only like to read with oracle cards. Some like to read with tarot. Some will read with any kind of cartomancy. But when do you use them and what is the difference? So I grabbed two decks. I love this deck. If you've ever seen this, the Liminal Spirit Oracle by Laura Tempest Azeroth. I don't even have the book in here. All good. We don't need the book. But this is beautiful. Tempest is just an amazing artist, but I absolutely love these cards. So just a few of them to just show you. But look at how cool the back is. So this is an oracle deck. And then I grabbed, ironically, I mean, this is just beautiful because they're all just so blue. But I did grab the Tarot of Traditions. This one is based off Rider-Waite. The colors are just so vivid in this. So I grabbed one of each just to kind of show, and I love how they're both blue and complementary and just kind of like giving this blue vibe. But okay, so when should we use tarot and when should we use oracle? So both are forms of cartomancy and they have slightly different structure. So I want to kind of go over the structure. So the first structure is tarot decks. The tarot has a very specific structure. There are 78 cards and they are split into two different, should I say categories? I don't know. So there's the major arcana, which is 22 cards, and then you have the minor arcana, and that is the rest of the deck. That is made up of suits, which is cups, wands, swords, and pentacles, or sometimes coins, depending upon the deck. So that is standard. Every tarot deck has that. Now, the suits might potentially be different, like The Good Tarot by Colleen Baron Reed. The Good Tarot is actually water, fire, air, and earth. But keep in mind that pentacles, wands, swords, and pentacles, wands, swords, yes, making sure I'm getting it all. Pentacles, wands, swords, and cups all coordinate with the four elements. So that's one consistency in the tarot. So you may find like one deck I have, I believe it's my Druid Tarot deck. Instead of a page, a knight, a queen, and a king, there's a princess, a prince, a queen, and a king. So you will see some variations in the court cards, but the structure is the same on tarot cards. So on oracle cards, there is no set number of cards. And the oracle deck, there is not a major or a minor arcana. The cards potentially might have numbers on them. They may not have numbers on them. So like, I'm going to just grab a couple of these cards. As you can see, like there on this oracle deck, there are no numbers. They just have the name like mushroom, mandrake, bone. I couldn't read that backwards. It looked really odd. So on the oracle decks, it is up to the creator. So like with sometimes there's an illustrator who's working with the author. Sometimes the illustrator is the author and the illustrator, which is really cool. And the oracle decks have a specific theme. All right. So like with this is the liminal spirit oracle. So these are all liminal spaces. So this deck, it relates to liminal spaces. Where do I have another one handy? No, those are tarot. Just trying to see if I don't, but I have a lot of different decks, and so they're usually related to a theme. Like I have the Druid Animal deck. Um, I have the White Light deck, which is all like healing energy. So it's all related to things you can do to heal. So oracle decks are related to a specific theme that the creator intuitively creates the deck for. So, and when we look at the themes can happen in tarot decks. So, for example, the Shadowscape Tarot versus the Tarot of Traditions. This is based on Rider-Waite, where the artist actually took liberty to change some of the tarot. However, there's still 78 cards and the structure is still the same. So you'll see different decks. Like I have an animal tarot deck. And so it's all animals. There's no humans in it. Anything that would have had like a human in it is actually an animal. So the theme is different. The cards all have the same thing. I had shown previously when I did the death, if you watched the Capricorn and the Death card, if not, go watch that so you can learn a little bit about the Death card. I showed this deck, the Witch's Tarot, and instead of a Death card, it's the Shadow card. It's the Shadow Work card. So you'll see slight liberty in tarot, but they all are going to have that same structure where the oracle cards have a theme, and that theme is like what you can work with those cards. So that can be a slight difference. So we will see themes in tarot, but they're going to be completely different than the themes that we see in the oracle deck. So the oracle decks, the themes are very deep and deeply rooted in the meanings of the cards. And there's a wide range to pick from. So like it's so nice because like whatever you want to work with, like there's decks about mushrooms, there's decks about plants, there's decks about astrology, there's like all sorts of beautiful decks out there. So you can say, hey, I want to specialize in astrology. I want to do cartomancy too. There are beautiful astrology decks. So that's what's really nice is if you want to specialize in something and you want to kind of bring divination in, but you're like, I don't want to do tarot, oracle might be the way to go. So with the oracle cards, when you're reading with the oracle decks, it gives a specific theme. So sometimes like when I like do readings, I'll have like, a tarot deck and one or two oracle decks, and I'll have my Lenormand set with a card deck called Nova. Nova is a deck that's basically yes and no. And I may never even use the oracle deck because it may not associate with what the querent is actually what their question is. So they are very specific and they're quite personal. So when you are working with tarot and oracle decks, this is where it gets fun. So depending upon the question, you may be like, oh my gosh, we have to use this deck. So my white light deck, it's all about healing and healing things. So if I have somebody say I went through a horrible trauma, I'm struggling with it, I'm not sure like what I need to do to heal. I'm not, actually, because of like the summary they're giving me, I'm not even going to touch the tarot. That's when I'm going to grab my white light oracle deck because that's going to give them the guidance they need. The tarot is not going to give them the guidance they need. So it's listen to like what the situation is and what you have available. So if I didn't have the white light, I would probably go with Lenormand reading or a tarot, and I would do a tarot, or I would potentially, like if I had a different oracle deck, use that. So I have one oracle deck that's that I'm blunt, I'm going to tell you what's wrong type deck. But if somebody is like in a situation where they're really upset, it's not the best deck to use because it's the look, this is what's going on. This is what you need to heal deck. And so some people aren't ready for that bluntness. Sometimes you need to subtly move into it to get there. So know your tarot, or oracle decks, know your tarot decks, and listen really carefully to your querent because that will tell you I need to do a Celtic cross or I need to do an oracle card reading. I like to do 3 card readings a lot with the oracles. And what is really cool is, let's say I have somebody who's like, they give me their question, I do a whole Celtic cross, we need clarification. Oracle cards can actually help a lot with clarification. So as long as you've got like a deck that works with the question, you're going to be just fine using it for clarification. And some people are drawn just to the oracle and some are drawn to use both. So go with your gut instinct. The cool thing is the oracle decks, because they their themes are so vast, you can find a theme for almost any situation. And that's really cool because then you can actually provide a really like amazing reading for yourself or for anybody you might be reading for. So it's really fun to work with both tarot and oracle. And just today I featured the tarot of traditions, and I held up and featured, I love this one. So Laura Tempest Suroff, the Liminal Spirit Oracle. This deck is so amazing. If you have not used any of her decks or read any of her books, go support her. She's amazing. So as always, please don't forget to give me a heart so I know you love this kind of topic and content, or give me a thumbs up depending upon where you are. Don't forget to follow and subscribe so that you can get more content like this whenever you want. And as always, blessed be and namaste.